ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. All right. Yariv, why did I want you? Because I want to tell you the question that you got me thinking about last week. Yeah? I was going to make it today's halakha class. But then when I started researching it, it was so complex. I said 15 minutes is not going to do it justice. So I switched it just now, a minute ago. I switched it, we'll do something else. And then tomorrow, I told you Monday is the shiur, not Wednesday this week, okay? I'm traveling tomorrow night. It's acceptable. So tomorrow night, Monday, I think I'm going to take a break, just like a special one topic. I want to do your question for tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be about the blessing before going to bed. Baruch HaMapil. There's a lot of mahloket all about this. Do you say the beracha? Do you say Hashem's name before Hatzot? After Hatzot? Can you talk? Can you drink? So I was going to do it now. And I'm not going to do it. It's too much. Not fair. So we'll do it tomorrow. And now we'll switch to a different topic. We'll do an associated topic. Yeah? It's not written in order in the book like that. So I actually had to find those. You have to find the simanim. That's a good idea, though, to stay inside the Amidah. Okay. Let me see if I can do that. But for now, we have a last-minute switch. What's the question for today? The question for today is, I think, also an interesting question. Are you allowed to take a haircut at night? Okay? Akiva, good morning. מה שיש אומרים שאסור להסתפר בשעות אחר הצהריים. Is it true? Some people say that after midday, you can't take a haircut. You have to take a haircut before midday. For sure, at night, you cannot cut your hair. Is this a good? What if you already prayed? So does this have anything to do with if you already prayed mincha or you didn't pray mincha already? Itai, the question is, are you allowed to take a haircut at night or shave? So let's do a quick poll. What do you say? Yes or no? Yeah. No for you, Yarid? No? 2-1? Abstaining from voting, or you say yes? Is it 2 and 2? Uncle Jack, you're a yes or a no?
Yes.
Yes. Akiva? Yes. Esther?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Okay. Majority wins. Close the vote. Answer. The Sefer Hamdat Hayamim Katav. It says in the Sefer Hamdat Yamim. It's good to take a haircut before midday. Before midday, every day, he says. Tiglahat or taglahat? Tiglahat. Don't delay your haircut until the afternoon. Even if you already prayed mincha, which means you might think it's a mincha halakha. It's just like, how could you take a haircut? You gotta pray. No, yeah, even if you already prayed mincha, this sefer Hamdat that you said, no, don't take your haircut after midday. Why? After midday, it's when the dinim, the harsh judgment, comes. So in the morning, it's mercy. And then in the afternoon, after midday, it starts getting stricter and stricter and stricter. And we know nighttime is scary. Why did Hashem make nighttime scary? My daughter is petrified from the dark. It's spiritually scary also. It's a time of dinim. Most bad things happen at night. Yeah? It says in the Zohar, in the morning hours, kindness is in the world. In the daytime, Hashem commands kindness. From the mincha time, 12 and a half hours, a little bit after midday, until midnight, מתעוררת מידת הדין הקשה בעולם. That's when it gets strict in the night. ולכן, therefore, when we pray, tikkun hasot, also we have this in mind when it comes to hasot lana. Okay. V'hoyel v'inyan, what does God do with a haircut? V'hoyel v'inyan ataglahat usilu kadinim, according to the Kabbalists, and I've seen the Balatanya say this as well for the Hasidic people, which is common. It's basically Kabbalah, it's Hasidus. That the long hairs on the head represent dinim, judgment, the bad stuff. That's why it's always good to have a short haircut, a shorter haircut, not have long hair for a Jewish person, for a Jewish man, at least. Bald, Korach was bald, no? I don't know. Elisha was bald, they made fun of him. They called him Baldy. I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm not going to talk about 80% of the population, especially as a hairy guy. But the long hair has the dinim. And we also said, if you were in our Gemara class, I don't know, a year ago, the long nails have the dinim. Remember we said this? If you were with us in the Gemara class, if the nails go past your skin, you don't want your nails to go past your skin. And Alpiya Kabbalah, the Rebbe had long nails. A lot of people have long nails. I don't have an answer. I don't even know if I asked. So thanks for the reminder. I got to ask. I'm going to see my Chabad buddy tomorrow night. Go on. The candles, I have nothing for you. But remember we said that if you're with us, under the nails it gets dirty. Again, everything that's physical is also spiritual. That's also where the Sitra Hara hides. The bad spirits can hide under the nails as well. Okay? Yeah.
It's a Jewish barber. It's open until just middle of the day, or
that's a question. If you're a Jewish barber, should you close there? Should you close at lunchtime? So, since when you cut your hair, you're cutting off the dinim. If you have a long ponytail, you're cutting off the dinim, the judgments. How could you cut off and try to cut off the dinim, the judgments, at a time of judgment? It's too risky. Don't mess with them when it's their time. Cut it off when it's a time of kindness. Okay? And this is what the Rav Chaim Vital writes. Rav Chaim Vital is a student of the Arizal. Mori HaArizal, my Rebbe, my master, the Arizal, his custom was, he never took a haircut after midday, which is the time of the Mincha Gedulah. You can pray Mincha early. Even on Friday, Roy, he would be very careful. Why is he saying this? Rav Chaim Vital. And what he doesn't say the reason for the Arizal. And that's what they debate. If this is just a minha halacha, is this a minha halacha that you can't take a haircut before you pray? Or is it a zman halacha that you can't take a haircut in the afternoon? He doesn't explain. Is it because the Arizal didn't pray minha yet? The Arizal never took a haircut before midday, after midday. What? But maybe because he prayed minha 4 o'clock and he didn't want to do anything until he prayed minha. How do you know what the reason is? Or it's even if he would have prayed minha at 1 o'clock, he still wouldn't take a haircut at 2 o'clock. He doesn't explain. What does he come to tell us? We know that if it's a minha halacha, we already know this halacha by minha. You can't go take a haircut if it's minha time if you didn't pray minha yet. Now this is talking about in the times of the Mishnah. Nowadays it's different. So we know this halakha already. So, the Arizal, big chidush, he didn't take a haircut by minha time. We know this halakha by minha time, unless you come to tell us something else that he held. You can't take a haircut at the zman of minha time, whether you prayed or you didn't pray already. The Bar Gadol Diber Hanavi, this prophet of Chaim Vital is telling us a big chidush. Must be the Arizal, even if he prayed already, he wouldn't take a haircut. Must be that's what he's trying to tell us. This is the words of, who says this? I don't know who says this. Someone's saying this about Rav Chaim Vital. Maybe it's still the Hamdat Yamin. Okay. Okay, he says as follows. According to this, the Hesed Alafim writes, according to this, if you want to follow Arizal, don't take haircuts after Hatzot, after midday, even Friday. And so writes the Hida in the Sefer Moneh Be'etzba. And so writes the Haim Palaji, the Kafa Haim Palaji. שנודע ממה שכתבו גולי האריזה, שאין להסתפק בלילה, כי הוא זמן תגמור תנים. It says, you shouldn't take a haircut at nighttime, because it's judgment. ואף ביום אחר חסות יש להזהר, even in the daytime, after midday, you should not take a haircut. Huh? Every day. That's what they're saying. It's strict, yeah? Out of business. That's what he's saying. Yeah. How do you get an appointment? Only 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, finished. But if you get a good Jewish haircut, it's like 3 seconds. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Okay? So, and also writes in the Sefer Moreh L'chol Hai, which is the same rabbi, Kafa Haim Palaji, he writes it twice. Gam Hagaon of Yosef Haim, the Benish Hai writes in the Sefer Benish Hai, She'af al pi shemaran Shulchan Aruch asar listaper samuch lemincha gedolah. Maran Shulchan Aruch says, before you pray mincha, you shouldn't take a haircut, which again, these days might be different. Oh, he says right here, Mikol Akom, yesh le'akel kashesh l'sapar shenayim or shlosh zugot misparim. Misparim? Scissors. Misparim. Scissors. That's scissors. That's how you, but it's not really scissors. It's a barber kit, let's say. These days, where they have a lot of sets, so we're not afraid, the haircut clipper is going to break and you're going to be stuck in the chair for 2 hours while it goes gets another one, you're going to miss mincha. No, we have a lot these days. So that decree not to take a haircut before mincha doesn't apply anymore these days. You can take a haircut before, you can shave before mincha. Okay? Like the Magen Avraham writes. This is the words of the Benish Hai. The Eliyah Rabbah says, it doesn't matter whether it's modern times or old times, you can't do it. Says the Benish Hai. Everyone's lenient these days about haircuts. So we don't put the guys out of business for a minha reason. So the next question would be, are you allowed to take a haircut during the time? This is what they do in Baghdad. They take haircuts before minha. Said the Benish Hai, he's not done. If you fear heaven, you should be very strict not to take haircuts before minha time. Forget about minha, says the Benish Hai. Kabbalistically, you can't take it's not good, he says, to take a haircut after hasot yom, after midday. So the Benish Hai is on the no team. They have a lot of guys. They have the Hida, they have the Kafa Haim Palaji, they have the Benish Hai. 3 heavy hitters. Even if you prayed mincha. Wow. So in Baghdad, in the Benish Hai's town, like you're saying, they should close down all the shops. Once they out for lunch, out for the day. If you're a barber. The night, yeah, and the night. That's the next question. I'm going to skip a little bit. If you want to look it up, this is the 4th book of the Haggadah, Siman 20. I'm going to skip a couple of paragraphs. The Magen Avraham Katav, the Magen Avraham writes, B'Sefer HaKavanot Katuv she'Arizal haya nizhar shelo legaleach ahar mincha afil be'erev Shabbat. Like we said, that the Arizal didn't take haircuts in the afternoon. And the Eliyah Rabbah explained, like we said, Shemashma shezel mishum tefilat mincha k'she'adayin lo yipalel. So the Eliyah Rabbah says that Rav Chaim Vital is not telling us a chidush like the Benish Hai is saying about Kabbalah and all this. He's just telling that Arizal happened to not pray. He didn't pray early, and so therefore he didn't take a haircut early. It's just a mincha halacha. Don't read too much into it. Okay? You can see from here. A lot of people explain Rav Chaim Vital's words. Don't get too Kabbalistic. He's a Kabbalah rabbi, but in this one, don't get too Kabbalistic. It's just a halacha. The Arizal didn't pray because he didn't pray mincha. If the Arizal would pray mincha at 1 o'clock, he would take a haircut at 2 o'clock. That's where a lot of people understand Rav Chaim Vital. Don't worry about the problem of haircuts in the late afternoon or night. Says now I see the words of someone he always quotes, the Minkach Rav, in the Sefer Minchat el-Azad, he writes in response to someone who asks him, and this is the question, ומה שיעיל על מה שנהגנו. להסתפר בלילה. This that you're talking about, that we have a haircut. We take haircuts at nighttime. והיינו בליל ערב Pesach. When do we take haircuts at nighttime in Minkat? The night before Pesach, because the next day is going to be crazy. So they used to take haircuts in the nighttime. מפני גודל התרדות של היום. Because the next day, Erev Pesach, no one has time for a haircut. You're busy with doing all these things. שלפי מה שכתב בספר, נגיד ומצווה, וכן בשולחן ערוך הארי. You're writing to the Minkat Rav and you're saying, Minkat Rav, how could you let your students take haircuts the night before Pesach? Don't you know what the Arizal says? You can't take a haircut after afternoon. For sure you can't take a haircut at the nighttime. So he's writing to the Minkat Rav saying, I don't understand what you're doing. And he answers, and he says, because you're saying it's a very strict time of dinim. For sure, if you can't take a haircut at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, for sure, at nighttime. All the bad spirits are out at night, and so how could you take a haircut? For this matter, forgive me, which means he's about to bash him. Forgive me. You're not understanding the Arizal at all. The Arizal is not talking about Kabbalah. The Arizal just didn't pray. That's all. It reminds me of a joke. My 7th grade Rebbe used to say all the time to us. There was a Hasidic Rebbe. He used to go to the mikvah, and then he would in the mikvah, or right before the mikvah, before he dipped in the mikvah, after he took a shower, he would cut his nails. And so his students came to him and they said, Rebbe, what's the whole secret of cutting your nails right before in the mikvah? Should we all do it? It's unbelievable Kabbalah. He says, my nails are, I don't know, every day or sometimes. And so he says, my nails are wet after the shower. They're easy to cut. Read too much into it. So he didn't pray mincha. He didn't pray mincha. That's all. And this is what the Minkat Rav is saying. Read the Magen Avraham. He says this. שהדברים אמורים כשלא יתפלל מנחה. ומה שתמה אמר עליהם שאולי הטעם משום תגבורת הדינים. This that you're saying now is because Kabbalistically there's judgment at night. לא קשיא מידי. I don't have a problem with this. ומה שהיה מחמיר הריזל גם בערב שבת. Why was the Arizal strict ערב שבת? Because ערב Shabbat, he's not praying mincha in the afternoon. He's praying mincha later. אף על פי שיכול להתפלל מנחה גדולה ואחר כך יוכל להסתפר. זה אינו, don't worry. כי אחר תפילת מנחה של ערב שבת, על פי הכוונות, אז נכנסה הערת שבת. The Arizal had a different reason for Friday. Even if he would have prayed mincha early Friday, he helped Kabbalistically. The second you finish mincha Friday, Shabbat's already coming. It's already like almost like Shabbat's entering. And he didn't want to work after mincha of Friday, the Arizal. Lo asar ha'ari ela mishum tiflat mincha. It's only a mincha halacha. Umemela כשרוצה להסתפר בלילה תפילת ערבית. If you prayed ערבית in shul and you go home and it's nighttime and you want to take a shave or a haircut, אין שום חשש כלל, says the Minkat Rav. There is nothing to worry about. אפילו לדעת האריזל, even Kabbalistically. Says the Chavadia, ובימי חורפי, when I was younger, when he was a young rabbi, נהגתי להורות לתושבי עיר קודשנו ירושלים דדהרה, תיברם ותכונן. I told the people in Yerushalayim of gold, שעדיף להסתפר בליל ערב פסח ולא למחרת היום. To copy the Minkat Rav, and the night before Pesach, take your haircuts, and don't wait till the day before Pesach, Erev Pesach. Chavadia says he told this to the people in Yerushalayim. Why? I'm going to skip this part because it's a question if you're allowed to work Erev Pesach at all. If you're a city that accepts upon yourselves not to do Melacha Erev Pesach. And so Chavadia said, yeah, you're going to work Erev Pesach versus cutting hair the night of Pesach. Cut the hair the night of Pesach. Better, don't violate the work Erev Pesach one. So Chavadia himself ruled this to the people in Yerushalayim. That's why you do it at the nighttime. That's why dafka at night. That's why you do this. Last piece. Rav Chaim Pelagi, as we said, he says you shouldn't do it. He brings the Pri Hadash that was lenient, that wrote that Tilis Taped Belel Lamed Dalad La Omed. This is always the question on the Omed. When can you cut your hair on the Omed? So us Faradim, we wait till the daytime anyway, but that's not because of this halakha. It's because miksat hayom kechulo, we want to wait till the 34th day, right? A lot of Ashkenazim, they shave already in the nighttime and cut their hair in the nighttime. And so he says, whatever. Besides for the halachic problem of the Omer, that the Omer is not over yet, how could you shave? You should wait till the morning. Besides for this issue, you can't cut your hair at night, says the Kafahim Palaji, according to the Arizal. And so he brings this halakha back in the times of the Omer. And I'll skip a little bit. Omnam, Hatzedek Imo, he says, although he's right that you shouldn't take a haircut on the 30th Lag BaOmer night, because that's not true. We hold till the next day, nothing to do. He says, Lo yadati minayin lo. How do you know? I don't understand how he gets this halakha about the Kabbalah of not cutting hair at night. And he says, especially, if you look at the Zohar, Shizman hatikboret hadinim nimshach ad hasot halayla. If you want to really go by the Kabbalah, once Hatzot Laila comes, once midnight comes, the dinim is over. So you should be able to take a haircut 12:30 at night, 12:30 in the morning. Shaz HaKadosh Baruch Hu, after Hatzot Laila, Hashem is mishtasheh Sadikim Gan Eden. He's enjoying with the Sadikim in Gan Eden. V'zeu zman hanachon shechol adam ya'aseh patura. It's the best time, if anything. Like David HaMelech used to come and sing Shirim V'Tishbachot, like the Gemara says in Berachot. Hatzot Laila akum nodola. And so therefore, opposite, you should take a haircut at night after Hatzot Laila. And so therefore he says, I take it away. That's why in Elul we say Selichot after Hatzot Laila, because it's not a time of dinim anymore, it's a time of Chesed. And so therefore, Ha'ikar, the halacha is she'en lahush klal li'imaneya or li'imana. Li'imana me'listapeh b'layla. Don't worry about shaving and taking your haircuts at night. He's arguing with the Ben Ish Chai. Again, don't worry about shaving and taking haircuts at night. For sure, after midday, you can take a haircut. After you pray mincha, he says, maybe. It depends on if you hold that gezerah applies these days anymore. But even the Arizal probably holds it's okay if you read into his words just as they sound. Is the custom. And we have a lot to rely upon. And so if you want to go home tonight and take a haircut or a shave, you're allowed to. Close call. This is only for men, because women, it's a whole different, yeah. And then I just want to add, according to the Chabad thing I told you, the Baal Tanya, although this hair is dinim, this hair is the opposite. The beard hair would be Kiddusha. So I'm not sure that's cutting dinim. So I don't even know if that would apply if you help. It would be asur at night. All right? So that's a whole nother, yeah. Tomorrow, Mordechai, we said tomorrow night is the Gemara Shiur, not Wednesday. And we're going to stick to nighttime halakha just for 1 week, because we're going to talk about tomorrow night, Baruch HaMapil. The Ashmash before bed, Shujitsu with Hashem's name, without Hashem's name, etc., etc. And that's it for the halakha for today. My pleasure.